So today we'll be discussing on the methods to solve nonlinear equations. So how you can determine a equation or a set of equation is linear or nonlinear. We have already discussed what is the specific criteria for the linear system. Tell me, class.
A by B not equal to
Not that one. In matrix form, for the linear system, it should be Ax equals to B. Remember?
yes, sir.
So this is giving you the linear system. If any equation or set of equation does not follow this kind of formula or does not follow this matrix identity, then we'll be saying it's a nonlinear equation. Okay. So in other terms, you can say a nonlinear system can be expressed in or it's a kind of equation or it's a set of equations which are not following this form x plus by plus c equals to 0. So when this is not following this form, any equation that cannot be written in this form is called the nonlinear equations. To be specific, because we are in post graduation, right? So to be specific, you have to consider or you have to write the criteria in this way, that if a function f, write this down, put a heading there that methods of solving nonlinear equations, then just write a function f which belongs to the r to the power n arrow r. What does this mean? What does this mean? Do anyone know? Does anyone know what does this mean?
Rational number.
Kind of you are near to that, but it's r to the power n means is giving the real value, real vectors of n cross 1 matrices, means only row will be there. So when I'm talking about f then r to the power n, that means is a set of real numbers, of n cross 1 vectors. That means it's a set of or it's a matrix consisted of n cross 1. Okay, and what does this mean? So whenever you will be writing on your copy, this r should be different from this r, and you will be writing this r in this way. Let me show you how you can write this r. So you will be writing this r like this way. Okay, so that means it's giving you the idea that all the functions are in real space. So this matrix or this vector or this function is in the real space. That's the meaning. That's the initial disclaimer, or that's the initial declaration. So when a function f in the real space and it's basically consisted of n cross 1 matrix or n cross 1 vector terms, then you can write for the nonlinear equations that superposition principle is not following. So what do you mean by superposition principle? Superposition principle tells you that if superposition principle tells you that function of a plus b should be equals to fa plus fb, or if a plus b plus c equals to fa plus fb plus fc. So that's called the superposition principle. When it's not followed by, then we'll be saying that this matrix is a, or this equation set is a nonlinear equation set. Okay, or that particular equation is a nonlinear equation when it's not following the superposition principle. Okay, so write this down. If the function is defined as being nonlinear when it does not follow or satisfy the superposition principle. So superposition principle tells you if x1 plus x2, f means function of x1 plus x2 plus x3 and so on, is not equals to f x1 plus f x2, because it's not following, the nonlinear equations are not following the superposition principle. Is as simple as it looks. So that's the basic fundament behind the nonlinear equations. Now what are the methods of solving this nonlinear equation? There are 6 famous methods. There are several methods of solving nonlinear equations present nowadays, but for our purposes we will be considering 6 methods, 6 most famous method. First one is the most serious one, that's called the bisection method. Second one would be your regular falsy method. Then second method is there, Newton's method is there, Newton-Raphson method is there. So among which I'll be discussing on these 3. Number 1, bisection method, regular falsy method, and Newton-Raphson method. These 3 will be discussed in your course or during your course. So write this down first. But for today's class we will only be discussing the bisection method. What do I mean by bisection method, and how you can find a root from a bisection method, that will be discussed. Write this down up to Newton-Raphson method, then let me know. Bisection method is also called the Boltzmann method. So are you done with the writing? Priyasmita?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now for the bisection method, let's discuss what do I mean by bisection method. So I'll give you a real time example about the bisection method, and from that example you can easily understand what a bisection method is. Okay, so each and every point of here is very important. It looks like it's a simple thing, and I'll be describing it in a simple way, but each and everything should be very important, and that's the analogy we will be using for bisection method. Okay, suppose you have gone to your nearby fish market, and there you are buying one fish. So seeing this fish, the vendor, the seller actually, he got the idea that the weight of the actually we are measuring the mass, okay, scientifically or according to the physics, but we generally call it a weight. कितना वजन होगा इसका? So the वजन of that fish is, the weight of that fish is kind of, let's say, in between 1 to 2 kilo. From his experience he know, and you have seen this kind of weight machine. This is very classic regular one, and you what he do, he put a fish in one plate, and on the other plate he will be putting some units like this. Okay, so he got the idea that the fish weight, what is first observation, what is first initial guess. So his initial guess, he may be wrong, okay, but from his experience he is saying that this fish could be weighed in between 1 kg to 2 kg. Got it? So what he will do, first he is taking that, first he is putting that the 2 kg unit, 2 kg weighing unit, इसको बाटखारा बोलते हैं ना. So he is putting 2 kg in this side, suppose, and he is seeing that the weight of the mass, let's say the weight is W. So the weight of the fish is less than 2 kg. is less than 2 kg. Then he will do 1 kg with the 1 kg batkara, and he will get weight of the fish is less than 1 kg, sorry greater than 1 kg. ऐसे ही करते हैं ना, कोई मार्केट जाता है कि नहीं? हैव यू एवर विजिटेड टू एनी मार्केट? ये देखे हो ना साकनिक, ऐसा ही करते हैं ना हम लोग. पहले हम लोगों को मालूम नहीं रहता, वो आइडिया करके डाल दिया, फिर उसको चेंज करता रहा, ठीक है ना. सो इनिशियली ही इज गेसिंग दैट एज कुड बी इन बिटवीन 1 to 2 kg, and he checked it with the batkara. So that's our initial assumption, and what he has seen, the weight is really in between 1 to 2 kg. Okay, now what he will do, he will put a 500 for the second time, or that's the initial, or say for the first, after considering this one, or after checking his first guessing, he will go for the second guessing, or and he will put a weight. Let's say he is putting a weight of 500 gram, like this one he is putting this side, so he is putting 500 gram, and what he is seeing, he is seeing that the weight is, so he is putting he had already 1 kilogram and 500 gram he put there, so the total weight in this side is 1 kilogram 500 gram. These two units are there. ये दो बटखरा इस साइड में है. ओके, आप क्या देखेंगे, वो क्या देख रहे कि ये टोटल द वेट इज लेस देन 1.5 kg. 1 kilogram 500 gram, it's less than 1.5 kg. So what you will do, you will go for the second guess. Okay, after initial guessing, you will go for the first guess by putting 500 gram, then he will do the second guess, and he will put some smaller denominator like 200 gram. He puts some 200 gram. So what he will do, 500 ग्राम को निकाल लेगा, 200 ग्राम को देगा, so it will be around 1 kilogram plus 200 gram. Okay, so and he is seeing that the weight is greater than 1.2 kg. Then he go for the third guessing. उसमें क्या करेगा, that I'm putting so next time what he will do, what he will be doing, that 1 kilogram plus 200 gram is there, he will be adding another 50 gram, and by putting 50 gram he saw that the weight is almost equal to this value. So the weight of the fish is 1.25 kg. ऐसे सिंपल, अगर तुम लोग बाजार जाते हो, मतलब मार्केट में जाते हो, तो तुम लोगों को ये आइडिया होगा, ऐसा होता है ना?
Yes, sir.
कोई गए हो या ऐसे ही बोल रहे हो? जाया करो, अभी घर में हो, गए हैं, ठीक है. तो ऐसा ही करते हैं ना, वो सब्जी वाला सबसे ज़्यादा करता है, जो भी हो. आप आते हैं हम लोगों का असली जो मुद्दे पे, बाइसेक्शन मेथड पे. सो मैं इसका कहने का मतलब, सो द पॉइंट ऑफ गिविंग दिस एग्जाम्पल, दैट सो दैट यू कैन रिमेंबर दिस थिंग्स. ओके, this method more properly. Now if I go for the bisection method and I have an problem to solve, let's find the real root of fx equals to, so find the real root of this equation equals to 0. So what I will consider first, I will consider this one is fx. This is our fx. Consider this. Okay, now for the initial guess I always take 0. Now this initial guess depends how good you are assuming लाइक द मछली वाला क्या किया था कि उसने आइडिया लगा लिया था कि मछली का वेट 1 to 2 किलो के अंदर होगा, तो तुमको भी ऐसा अगर आइडिया लगा पाते हो, ये तो सिंपल सा एक मैथ है, दिस इज वेरी सिंपल सो दैट यू कैन अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट वुड बी द रूट. बट अगर इफ यू आर नॉट good at guessing, then you will be starting with the 0, my opinion. Okay, rather I'll suggest you to start with some root or some point where you will get easily to your result. Now I'm guessing the initial root or the initial condition. In this case I'm guessing that x equals to the value of x is 0. So what will be the function? Tell me. F of 0 will be -1. So it's giving you the minus sense, पॉजिटिव नेगेटिव, मतलब जो इसका रियल रूट है ना उससे कम है अगर तुम 0 कंसीडर करते हो. जो उसका वेट था, whatever the weight of that fish was, whatever, if you are guessing x equals to 0, in that case 1 kilo I have considered, that giving you the underweight. okay, क्योंकि 1 किलो से ज़्यादा ही होगा. जब नेगेटिव आता है दैट मीन्स इससे ज़्यादा ही होगा रूट. x इक्वल्स टू 0 नहीं होगा, 0 से ज़्यादा होगा, क्योंकि 0 नेगेटिव दे रहा है. वहाँ पे भी जब 1 किलो में तुम कर रहे थे वो तुमको कम दे रहा था. कम दे रहा था मतलब नेगेटिव दे रहा था. मछली का वजन उससे ज़्यादा है तो इसका रूट का वैल्यू इससे ज़्यादा है. सो x इज नॉट equals to 0. okay, now I'll check it. Let's x equals to 1. f1 would be, what would be the value of 1? It will be -1. so it's giving you negative. okay, now for x equals to 2, f2, what will be the value? So is giving you 5, so it's a positive. So this is negative. At which point you are getting negative? X equals to 1. At which point you are getting positive? x equals to 2. okay, so your root will be in between 1 to 2. so at 1 kilogram you are getting negative value. the fish market में जो तुम वजन कर रहे थे, नेगेटिव वैल्यू मतलब कम आ रहा था क्योंकि x से ज़्यादा है, और 2 kg लगाओगे तो 2 kg से कम आ रहा था. तो फिश का वेट 2 kg से कम आ रहा था. 2 kg बहुत ज़्यादा वेट है. सो इट्स गिविंग यू द पॉजिटिव वैल्यू एंड इट्स गिविंग यू द नेगेटिव वैल्यू. सो द रूट विल बी इन बिटवीन नेगेटिव एंड पॉजिटिव, बिटवीन 1 and 2. दैट्स आवर इनिशियल अप्रोक्सीमेशन. ना इसके बाद क्या, इसके बाद बहुत ईजी है. ओके, so whatever I am discussing this way, the lengthy way I have always marked it with style 1. so lengthy way means it's a style 1. style 2 is the tabulation part, you know that. now what I will do, I will go for the first iteration. And for the first iteration I will be writing the root of x. Write this down. root of x is x1. From the next iteration or onwards I will not be writing that root of x equals to x1. okay, or root of x equals to x2 for the second iteration. That's commonly understandable. So here x1, what will be the x1? So bisection methods, what we generally do, that in the previous example if you could see that initially I have considered 1 to 2 kg, that's our initial approximation. That's the thing we got here also. And then you are using 500 gram, so which is exactly half of that. So you don't know what would be the root or what would be the actual weight. So in our practical life we have an idea what could be the weight or how much it's deviating or how much it's deflecting. From that sense you can get the correct Bhatkara, but for the bisection method you don't know what would be the root. So what you will do, you simply divide the value. You will be simply dividing, like you will be getting the x1 value. How? So x1 value would be by simply averaging the upper and lower terms. So upper terms is 1 and lower term is 2 divided by 2. You will be simply averaging, so it will be coming around 1.5. Okay. Write this down after this. So I know is 1 is giving you negative and is 2. So 1 giving you negative value, 2 giving you positive value. Your next root is 1.5. Here 1.5. Now find me the value of f of x1 and see it's negative or positive.
So 0.875.
Yes, sir.
A negative or positive?
Positive, sir.
0.875. So it's coming around, it's a positive value. This side positive, this side positive, negative. प्रीवियस एग्जाम्पल में हम लोग क्या देखे थे कि इसका 500 ग्राम आ रहा है, तो 500 ग्राम से ये कम ही आ रहा है. जो 500 ग्राम हम कंसीडर कर रहे थे मछली का वेट उससे कम है. यहाँ पे हम लोग 1.5 में देखा कि इसका पॉजिटिव वैल्यू आ रहा है. सो द रूट विल नॉट बी इन बिटवीन 1 to 2. द रूट इज विल बी इन बिटवीन 1 to 1.5 क्योंकि पॉजिटिव आ रहा है. अगर नेगेटिव आता सपोज, देन द रूट विल बी 1.5 to 2. So root will be always in between 1.5 to 1. So see how I am finding my results, how I am doing the tuning of my result. Okay, so fx1 got 0.875. So second root, you got the idea. X2 equals to, what will be the value of x2? x2 value क्या होगा?
So 1.25.
1.5 plus 1 by 2, that will be 1.25. Let me draw it here. So that's the x2 value, 1.25. And if x2, what would be the value?
Minus 0.296.
Minus 0.296. So see, the value is giving minus 0.296. So here I'll be writing it's a negative. Okay. Now my negative position got updated. This negative position of the x root, not mine, is got updated, and it updated to a new position, that is 1.25. So new root will be in between. For the third iteration, the new root will be in between
1.5 and 1.25.
Yes, the new root will be in between x3, third iteration, right? 1.5 plus 1.25 by 2. So what's the value? 1.375. f of x3, is it coming positive or negative?
Positive, sir.
Positive.
0.224.
0.224. It's a positive value. Okay, so in between 1.375, this one, this is the 1.375. Okay, and the value is coming positive. Now tell me what will be the, so if you got confused during examination, just draw this simple diagram. Okay, now this one is negative, that's my updated negative point. and this is my updated positive point. What would be the root for the fourth iteration x4? ऐसा चलता जाएगा, तो बोलो
Yes, sir.
what would
1.3125.
1.3125. so in between 1.25 1.375 ये होगा 1.3125. थोड़ा सा इसको स्केलिंग में गड़बड़ है, बट यू गॉट द आइडिया. 1.3125. now find me the value of f of x4. that's positive or negative coming?
Negative, sir. Minus 0.05.
Minus something, okay, so it's coming negative. so your root is very near to 1.3125 and 1.375. so there will be getting a x5 which will be 1.3125. In exam you will see the questions. so for the numerical analysis you have to read the question twice. Whatever when you will be solving the problem, you have to read the question twice. Remember in your exam hall, because कभी मैं स्पेसिफाई कर दूंगा, और कोई भी एग्जाम तुम दे रहे हो स्पेसिफाइड रहेगा कि 5th इटरेशन तक करो, और तुम उसको देखे नहीं, तुम करते चले गए 10 इटरेशन तक तुम्हारा टाइम बर्बाद हुआ, वो टाइम तो तुमको मिलेगा नहीं. सो यू हैव टू बी वेरी केयरफुल. सो x5 का वैल्यू कितना आएगा? 1.34375. बहुत ही इजी है ये. एंड यू विल गेट f equals to function 1.34375. that's some value you will be getting. which value you will be getting? 0.08 पॉजिटिव आ रहा है ना? यस. सो दिस पॉइंट पे तुमको पॉजिटिव मिलेगा. अब मुझे जगह नहीं है यहाँ पे, कहाँ पे किया था मैंने, ये होगा ना, ये पॉजिटिव होगा. सो इन बिटवीन 1.25 एंड 1.3125 में होगा, लेकिन मैं बोलूँगा कि 50 इटरेशन तक ही करो. ठीक है. सो सी 1 से 2 के अंदर कैसे हम लोग फाइंड किया, जैसे हम लोग मछली वो जो किए थे ऐसे ही करते हैं. दिस इज द सिंपल बाइसेक्शन मेथड. सो x5 इक्वल्स टू 1.34375. ओके. सो दिस विल बी योर रूट. आंसर तुमको लिखना ही है न्यूमेरिकल. सो द रूट इज, ऐसे लिखना है x5 और द रूट इज 1.34375. आंसर ऐसे लिखना है तुमको स्पेसिफिकली. ओके. नाउ स्टाइल 2. जस्ट मुझे वैल्यू बोल देना कि क्या क्या वैल्यू था. ओके. सो स्टाइल 2 में हम लोग क्या करेंगे, हम लोग यहाँ पे विल पुट द इटरेशन, then I'll be putting the value, let's say the value, lower value, okay, a, upper value b. means शुरू में हम लोगों को क्या मिला था इनिशियल केस में? नेगेटिव किस में आ रहा है? लोअर लिमिट मीन्स लोअर लिमिट. let's define, let's say it's a lower limit. I'm saying this, okay, this might not be a mathematical term, but lower limit and upper limit. So lower limit I'm considering a, where you will be getting the negative result, where the fa is negative, okay. b, where the fb is positive. You got the idea, right? So 1 and 2 के बीच किए थे. 1 में हम लोग नेगेटिव मिल रहे थे, सो हम लोगों का ये fa नेगेटिव वैल्यू आएगा एंड fb पॉजिटिव वैल्यू आएगा. सो ये हमारा a है इनिशियली एंड ये है b इनिशियली. नेक्स्ट पॉइंट पे दिस विल बी आवर a एंड द b तो b ही रहेगा. ऐसे करके किए ना हम लोग. सो a एंड b, सो आई विल सजेस्ट यू टू पुट ए नेगेटिव करके ऐसे सर्कल बना देना, इसको पॉजिटिव करके सर्कल बना देना, बिकॉज दिस पॉइंट इज रेस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर negative value, this point is responsible for positive value. Got it? Now a b, now you will be finding the root. x equals to a plus b by 2. So this style 2 is very much convenient for you, because here you will have a idea और जल्दी हो जाता है, and by seeing a and b you can easily calculate the x. So I'll suggest you to go with the style 2, and style 2 थोड़ा सा short process है और इसको ही practice करना. Now you will be calculating fx. So each and every time you have to write a and b so that you don't do any mistake. For the iteration number 1, iteration number 1 or the initial case, whatever you consider, first a value was 1 and b value was 2. See here, okay class? Akhil?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So a value is 1, b value is 2. What was the x value then? 1.5. fx value, here and another column you will be adding, that will give you the idea. So you will be writing remarks. Okay, so 1.5 fx value is coming around how much? It's coming around 0.875. That means it's giving you the remarks positive. Now for the second one, for the second iteration, I'll be considering as this one is coming positive, what will happen?
1 will be a and 1.5 will be b.
1 will be a.
Negative a.
1.25, I am not considering the 1.25 now. I am considering 1.5. I got 1.5. Okay, so these
So
x.
1 will be a, sir, and b will be 1.5. Then we will get.
Yes,
1.5.
one a value would be, this is second iteration, will have 1 here, and b value will be 1.5. So if it's coming positive, the simple rule, जिसमें तुमको सोचना ना पड़े, the simple rule, if it's coming positive, then what will be the x value that will be updated? What will be the, अगर पॉजिटिव आता है तो पॉजिटिव वैल्यू मतलब b वैल्यू b पॉइंट को तुम अपडेट करोगे. इफ इट्स कमिंग पॉजिटिव इन द रिमार्क्स, पॉजिटिव मीन्स fx is coming positive. So if fx is positive, then you will update the b value in the next iteration, okay, by replacing the x value where the negative a point will be fixed. That's the common concept. ये इसको याद रखना, क्योंकि अभी जब हम लोग रेगुलर फल्स या न्यूटन रफ्सन में करेंगे ना, तो ये सब चीज़ लगने वाला है. नाउ द एक्स वैल्यू वी गॉट दैट टाइम इज 1.25. ओके, 1.25 आ रहा था ना, एंड इट वाज गिविंग सम नेगेटिव वैल्यू. क्या हुआ? Here you will be having some negative value, and finally I'll be writing it's a negative value. Now for the third iteration, you are getting a negative value, so what you will do, you will update the negative point. What is the negative point? A point is your negative point, so this will be 1.25. Sagnik, confirm with me that I am doing right on, and it will be fixed, because नेगेटिव आया तो मैं नेगेटिव को चेंज करूँगा. दिस इटरेशन में अगर नेगेटिव आया, नेक्स्ट में मैं नेगेटिव को चेंज कर दूंगा. 1.5, so this was coming around 1.375, and the fx value you are getting, that's around a positive value. Okay, so positive, and which will give you a positive value. Okay, so if it's coming positive, then I'll update the positive point. So what is our positive point? Our positive point is V, so I'll keep is 1.25. okay, tell me if I am wrong. 1.375, मतलब तुमको कुछ सोचना ही नहीं है. पॉजिटिव आया तो पॉजिटिव पॉइंट को चेंज कर दो, उसको अपडेट कर दो. अपडेट द पॉजिटिव पॉइंट, दैट्स मीन द P पॉइंट with the x value, with the latest x value. okay, and कितना आ रहा था ये x4? 1.3125, and we did calculate and it was coming negative, so it will be negative. okay, see, in your exam you have to put the value here, you have to put the value of fx here. अभी मैं लिख नहीं रहा हूँ क्योंकि ऑलरेडी एक बार लिख चुका हूँ. Now for the fifth iteration, what you will be having, as it's coming negative, I'll be changing the negative point. So negative point I'll be replacing with this value. So negative point ko I'll be replacing with this value, and I'll get 1.3125. This will be same 1.375, and the x value is coming around 1.34375, and उसके बाद जो आता है, so we'll be writing that this is our root x5. And see the converging, to converge or to reach to a result or to reach to a converging point, it's taking much time. For this reason, we'll be discussing a regular falsy method, or we'll be doing the regular falsy method and the neutron absorption method, and there you will be seeing that how good these methods are converging comparing to the bisection method. So that thing will be discussed in the next class, but you have to do one more problem with this bisection method. So solve this problem. Okay, consider this is fx and solve this problem. I'm making a table here. Let's make a table here. The table will be okay, so this will be iteration, this is A, negative, this is B, positive. No, ये तो हम लोगों का कर लिए ना, ये solve this one. Solve this one. So we'll be putting iteration, then A negative, then you'll be putting B positive, then you have x value which is equals to a plus b by 2, then you have fx value, and this will be your remarks. Okay, do this. Find out where you are getting positive and negative values of fx. That's your initial step, and tell me the points. tell me at where at which point you are getting what is your initial A and B point?
A2
Yes,
and 3.
are you sure?
A2 and B3. Yes.
Okay. So what will be the x value? X value
3.5.
2.5, and the fx value you are getting
So 5.6953.
69.
Yes, sir.
Everyone getting the same?
Yes, sir.
6953. Check this.
Sir, 5.625.
Yes, because मैंने लिख के रखा है 5.625, and the remarks is it's a positive or negative? It's a positive. Put a bracket here. Now for the second iteration, so I am getting positive, so which value I'll be changing? A value or B value?
B1.
B value I'll be changing, I'll be updating with x, right? So A value will be fixed, B value I am changing, it will be 2.5, and the x value is coming around 2.2.5. fx is coming positive or negative, tell me.
Positive, sir. 1.8906.
1.8906, so it's giving you the idea of positive. So again it's coming positive, so what will happen? What will be the value of A in the second iteration?
2, sir.
2.
Third iteration. 2.
Sorry, in the third iteration 2. What will be the value in the
2.25.
it will be 2.25, and this will give you 2.125. वो डायग्राम भी ड्रॉ कर रहे नो? आर यू ड्राइंग दैट पार्ट ऑल्सो? दैट first one is 2 3, then you will have in between them, then you will have 2, this is 2.5, so next one will be 2.125, this one, right? Diagram is necessary, okay, for your sake. Okay, so I was saying that 2.215 is coming positive or negative?
Positive, sir.
Positive. So it's coming positive, I'm not writing the value. Positive. Okay, now for the fourth iteration,
It's negative.
it's coming negative. So what was the value 2, because it won't be updated. Then it's coming around B का value कितना आएगा? 2.125. What was the x value? X value is 2.0625. Okay, so and it's coming negative or positive? It's negative, right?
Negative.
It's coming negative. Fourth, so what you will do this time? For the fifth iteration, you will be changing the value of, for the fifth iteration you will be changing the value you'll be changing the value of A or B. You will be changing A, right? So the value will be 2.0625, but the B value will be fixed 2.125, and then the X value will be having, what is the X value? 2.09375. ओके एफ एक्स का वैल्यू पॉजिटिव आएगा या नेगेटिव आएगा, ये सिर्फ बताओ. ओके, it will again negative, so I'll be changing for the sixth iteration. I'll be changing the A value, right? Because negative आ रहा है तो मैं ये पॉइंट को चेंज कर दूंगा. 2.09 समथिंग आएगा, देख लो क्या आता है. So this will be your new A value for the sixth iteration, and the B value will be unchangeable, so it will be fixed to 2.125. The average of these two will give you the root. So I will suggest you to do, or I'll ask you specifically, or in the questions you will see that 2 up to 6th iteration, then you will be doing up to 6th iteration. And what's the root you are getting? The root x6. What is the value of x6?
2.1093.
2.1793. So you'll be writing, so the root of this equation is 2.1793 answer. This is how you do bisection method.
Sir, it's 1093. 1793 or 1093? What? 1093.
So your root will be x6 equals to 2.1093, and that's how you will be doing your bisection method. Clear?